Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wayne Gaming, and something down toward the Gaming Dragon today. I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace June's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. I am? Yeah, you didn't notice? Sorry, I was lost in thought. I didn't even notice I was staring. And you say I'm bad with that sort of thing. June sighs, grabbing his paper and going over it once again. He taps the tip of his pen idly against the desk at a regular interval, almost as if he were marking a rhythm. Can we go again? You sure? It's already kind of late and we've been at this for a while. I don't want you burning yourself out. Oh, would it be too much of a bother for you? No, that's not what I meant. I just don't want you to push yourself too much. It might have the opposite effect if you're too tired to focus on the test tomorrow. Isn't that what I said just now? Well, on second thought, I had a lot of merit. Can we keep going anyway, please? I feel like if I review where I went wrong last time, I might be able to get it right. Alright. Just remember that if you want to do well in the midterms, you're going to have to keep doing this every day for the rest of the week. Just because you can handle it today doesn't mean you can last a week. I can handle it. Sure you can. Alright, see this question right here? You were doing it right at first, but... June leans up against me, listening very attentively to my explanations. I wish he could apply himself like this more often. I don't think he turned into a model student, but at least he'd be getting passing grades. Oh, so I have to do it like this? I have to explain things more than once, but he does eventually catch on and fixes his mistakes. Before I even notice it, June has scuttled so close to me with this chair that he's nearly leaning his body against the left side of mine while going over my explanations. Only a small distance separates us right now. This is probably the closest we've ever been. And yet, I don't really mind it. It's a pleasant, calm feeling. It's nothing grand or exciting, but it still leaves me feeling peaceful. I don't really know how to explain it very well. Slowly I lift my arm until my hand is just a hair's width away from his head. I want to so badly reach out and do something, but I don't know what. I'm afraid of trying to do something and messing things up. Those complicated thoughts I had the past few days just come rushing back with full force. I'm okay with being friends. I'm okay with being close. Just thinking of making a jump to a romantic relationship scares me. It makes me anxious. It makes it hard to breathe. Just to think of how badly I could screw things up and how it could come out hurt. I don't want that. The fear is so bad it's paralyzing. But I still want to reach out to him. I want to close this gap between us, even just a little bit. Even if it's not much, I want to feel like I'm walking forward. I asked for time to think things over, and I've been obsessing about it since yesterday. But if I want anything to happen, if I want to come to any kind of decision, shouldn't I take a first step towards it, even if it's scary? I hesitantly begin to pet him, going very slowly and trying not to make a big deal out of it. June doesn't make any noises or sudden movements. In fact, I at first think he doesn't even realize it. But then, almost as if it were nothing, the few centimeters that separated us are quickly closed and the tiger leans his head to rest on my shoulder. Calmly and naturally, he continues to listen to my now shaky voice. Calmly and naturally, his tail swishes behind him, getting a little bit closer each time until it's wrapped tightly around my waist and the tip is resting on the top of my right thigh. I'll give it to him, he's surprisingly smooth. I catch my voice faltering and I get the urge to look away. But I know if I make a big deal about this, it'll probably affect him too. For good or bad, he's a pretty empathetic person. If I let the atmosphere get awkward, he's gonna feel it even more than I will. So does it all make sense so far? I somehow managed to go through all the questions he got wrong with only minimal stuttering. Yeah, it does. At least I think it does. Can you make another exam sheet for me? Sure, just give me a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go over these again while you do that. He pulls away. Sorry, y'all. He pulls away from, leaning forward onto the desk while he goes back to work, redoing the questions he got wrong. I take a deep breath right afterwards, sighing. I'm conflicted. I feel both relieved and disappointed right now. Why can't I just understand what I want? Just keep in mind this is the last one. After you're done with it, we should really wrap up for the day. It's already nearly 9 p.m. and you need to sleep. Okay, no problem. June 9th, Friday. The school bell finally rings, marking the end of the last day of midterms. Reactions are mixed inside the classroom, with many students groaning or cursing as they fail to finish their tests. Others are jubilant to finally be done with this hellish week. After all, the last thing a student body wants to deal with is a full week of tests right after a full week of having fun with a festival. If I could meet whoever it was that made up this scheduling, I'd have some very strong choice words for them too. After having graduated, so they couldn't take it out on my grades, of course. Very well, students. Everyone pass their papers along. Don't even try to keep writing. If you so much as touch the paper with your pen after the bell rings, I will give you a 0. Shima-sensei goes around collecting everyone's papers. While everyone else has scowls or frowns or just looks plain defeated, the stag alone is a picture of health and peace. Probably because it wasn't he that just spent a whole week studying non-stop and stressing over tests. Do I sound better? I feel better. Now, I want you all to remember, just because your tests are over doesn't mean you can slack off. You still have the entire school year ahead of you, even if there's a few months before midterms start again. I doubt anyone is even listening at this point. Most of everyone is just nodding along to everything he says with the most soulless eyes possible. I sincerely hope you've all done well on your tests. The results will be posted next Friday, and club activities can resume again next week. You are all excused for today. He walks out of the room, carrying all of our exams with them. As soon as he leaves, the class lets out a collective sigh of relief. Finally over! Jun is slumped over his desk, exhausted. The poor guy has barely had any breaks since the week started. He'd come over to my place right after the exams were over, and we'd study non-stop until 10 or 11 p.m., depending on the day. That only just leaves him time to get home, eat, and sleep. That's gonna be a miserable existence for anyone, especially if they're not used to this sort of thing. You hanging in there all right? If I die, tell my mother I love her. Second now. If you can crack jokes, then I guess that means you're fine. I want to do something fun. I'm fun-starved. I need to relax. Huh, and here I thought you'd just go straight home and flop onto your bed, not waking up until tomorrow. No way, I need to relax. Yes, I heard you the first time. You don't need to emphasize it. Do you have any plans for today, Yuichi-san? Nope, not a one. How about we do something together? We can invite the other two. I'm sure they'd welcome a break as well. Yeah, I'm still a bit worried about Yuichi. He hasn't talked to me at all since Monday, and he looked pretty stressed out then. Oh, right, I forgot about that. But hey, tests are over now. I'm sure I'll have more time to hang out with. Yeah, you're probably right. I'll send them all a message. Oh, did you buy a new phone already? Yeah, I couldn't go too long without one. My mom chewed me out for breaking mine, though. It forced me to get one worse than my previous one as a lesson. Oh, it's alright. I don't even use my phone much, so it's not like it makes that much of a difference for me. Although, also, there. Message sent. How about we go out to eat? I'm hungry. Have you been eating after getting home? Sometimes? Define sometimes. I had dinner on Monday. The other days I was just too sleepy, so I just went to bed. You've been going without dinner for a week? Don't just laugh at that. I'm serious, Jun. You need to take care of yourself. I'll be fine. I'm just a little tired is all. I just need a break. I sigh, quickly typing an invite to shoot the others while I try my best to look annoyed so I can drive my point home. Come on, Yuichi-san. Don't be mad at me. Then eat properly. Preferably now. I'll treat you. What? You don't have to treat me. I'm fine paying for myself. No, I'll treat you, and that's that. Especially because I feel a little guilty over this. I've been cooking dinner for me and Aki after Jun had already left for home. I probably should have just taken a dinner break and offered to let him eat with us. But I thought for sure he'd be eating the food he had at home when he got there, so I didn't even think of that. And I've already messaged everyone. Come on, I asked them to meet us by the gates. Okay. A few minutes later. Now that exam week is over, the amount of students lingering around after the end of the school day is much bigger. Now that they have the room to breathe and catch up without fearing for their grades, they're taking the opportunity to be social again. Just like we are. Or would be, except... Damn, I just got an answer from Keisuke. He says he's gonna be busy with band practice. Sai and Yuichi both just said they couldn't come and didn't speak another word about it. Oh, I was looking forward to getting everyone together. This sort of thing happens. People get busy sometimes. It's no big deal. I wonder what we should do now. Guess it'll just be the two of us together today again. Because of the exams, we've been spending quite a bit of time alone together lately. It doesn't bother me, but a little voice in the back of my head keeps telling me to panic whenever the two of us are alone in a room. And Jun hasn't been shy about touching me or leaning against me either. I mean, I guess I did start it, but when he does it too, I feel self-conscious. Although I'm pretty sure I like the attention. What do you think we should do? Should we just go out to eat and call it a day? I suppose. Besides, we didn't have any plans either, and it's hard to think of stuff to do at the last moment. Yeah, I guess that's true. Just then, I spot a few familiar faces leaving the school building altogether. Oh wow, that's a lot of familiar faces. Most of our classmates show up, all of them walking side by side and chatting with each other. And wait, is that Sora-kun with them? What's he doing there? Oh, hey there! I see you guys survived Hell Week. Yep, I'm surprised you of all people did. What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what I said. Anyway, what's up? We're all going out together to celebrate being done with midterms. Wait, but Sora-kun, what are you doing with my classmates? The panda rubs the back of his neck, laughing nervously. It's just kind of worked out this way, I guess. We started chatting every now and then after we met, and then we went to see you in the hospital. Sora nods, smiling. Yeah, so he invited me to go out with everyone. I don't really know many people in my own class, so I thought it'd be nice to go out. Oh, I see. Thank you for that. The fox smiles and nods, sticking his chest out with pride. Ha, I'm surprised you could even talk to them. When I first met you, you were a stuttering mess. The panda's eyes go wide for a second, and he blinks rapidly a few times as his brain tries to process. That's not... Did you guys want to join us too? Jin quickly cuts into the conversation, a forced smile on his face. Well, we were talking about going out together but the rest of your group was too busy, so we weren't sure what we would do together. That's perfect then. We were going to go out downtown. Jin wanted to try karting, and we were going to stop for food on the way. Karting? At the simple mention of karting, Jun's eyes immediately light up, and I know then and there that we have to go along with them. Okay, that sounds like a plan we can get behind, right, Jun? Yeah! He nods excitedly, laughing. Somehow he already seems much livelier than before. Although with Jun, that isn't exactly a challenge either. Although I have to ask, how did you guys get him of all people to tag along? I gesture to Kumagawa with my head, and everyone follows my gaze right back to him. The bear, however, doesn't take his eyes from his console for even a single second and doesn't notice our stares. Honestly, I'm as shocked as you are. Jin shrugs, deciding that the thought doesn't really merit any thinking about. Vic-kun invited him and he came along. Yes, I was actually a little surprised too, but he said yes anyway. Hey, Ryoji-san. At the mention of his name, the bear finally looks up and notices us staring at him. He raises an eyebrow and looks confused for a second. Yes? I don't mean to offend, but what are you doing here? You're one of the last people I'd imagine tagging along. They said they were going downtown, and I thought it'd be a good chance to swing by my favorite store to pick up a new game that just came out. Ah, I guess that's a reason to tag along. I knew a big video game nerd like you wouldn't go out in the wild of his own volition, especially given the risk he might burst into flame on contact with the sun. There's some snickers within the group as the bear goes back to playing his game. Although I suppose karting might be fun too. Wait, you're interested in doing something fun in real life? Hey, Yuuichi-san, I think you're making too big of a deal out of this. Don't give me that look, you were just as shocked as I was. I didn't know you had an interest in karting, Ryoji-kun. The bear shrugs. It'd be like a real-life version of a video game. Oh, I see now. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, I'm gonna pause it right there. I am tired. Alright, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your evening. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Sorry for the short outro. I am gonna go sleep. Love you all. Bye-bye.